Meanwhile, today we did just get the latest read on inventories here in the U.S., and it shows a build in oil inventory. With prices, though, of gasoline near $4 a gallon, demand is dropping off for gasoline. Let's see how we put all these fuel pieces together for a greater picture. Joining us from Oppenheimer is analyst Fadel Gheit. Welcome to InBusiness. Were you surprised at the inventory figures today? It looks like oil is really reversing its trade, now back above $100 a barrel.
Yeah, a couple of things one would have to take into account. Weekly numbers don't really mean much unless they are consistent and there is a trend. We have not seen a trend yet, but definitely higher gasoline prices at the pump will curtail driving. By how much, we do not know. Some companies said by as much as 5% drop from last month. We are entering the summer driving season, so things could change. Gasoline prices are retreating, but obviously not by as much as they surged in the last 4 to 5 weeks. So it's still in flux. We don't know exactly which way it's going to go. But I can tell you one thing, don't expect much lower gasoline prices, especially if oil prices do not come down from the current level.
Well, with gasoline and the way we read the inventories, I take your point. 1 week doesn't tell you the whole story, but it seems like we are beginning to see some demand destruction, that the price is so high that consumers are changing their behavior. So
that's correct.
So fundamentally, doesn't that mean that the price is going to come down over the next few months if there's less purchasing?
Yeah, prices are going to come down in the next couple of months for a couple of reasons. Number one, oil prices are down by almost 15% from almost 3 weeks ago. So that has not reflected fully in the price of gasoline. So it will happen. The question is not if, is when. But again, the mitigating factor here is going to be how strong would be the driving season this time around. So we're still very early in, next week we'll see exactly, compared to a year ago, where we are. But right now, as I said, it's a balanced picture. There is demand destruction on one hand, but there's also the beginning of the heavy driving season.
Yeah, well, Fadel, we got that note out of Morgan Stanley and out of Goldman Sachs just yesterday. Those firms changing their positions, saying Brent, at least, oil, is going to be climbing back to about $130 a barrel. Do you think that we are underestimating the amount of disruption that we will see from Libya? We're just showing you a NYMEX crude there for what's traded here in the United States.
Unfortunately, without repeating the names of the brokers, everybody knows who the usual suspects are. These are the people in 2008 that they were making a bet on $200 oil.
You think Goldman Sachs is wrong in that estimate that we're going back up to 130, 120?
Yeah, I mean, basically, this is another form of market manipulation, in my view. This is another form of basically pushing the envelope. What they are saying or doing is not illegal, but they're allowed to do it. The government has a responsibility to slap them hard.
You think those notes out of Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs are market manipulation?
Well, the interpretation will be left to the market. It's self-fulfilling prophecy. Whatever, they can invent reason why oil prices will go to 130 or 150. But as I said before, history has shown that these people are able to move markets. It's not an Exxon or BP or Shell that move the oil market. It's the financial players. It's the Goldman Sachs, the Morgan Stanley, all the other guys. And shame not on them, shame on the government that allowed them to get away with that.
Why do you think they are doing that?
Well, if it's not illegal, why not? I mean, all banks need to make profit. The M&A business is not doing too well. So therefore, they need to improve their profit outlook. And commodity has been basically the area that they make a lot of money in. Commodity speculation is now a big driving force in Wall Street. So everybody wants to do it. It's not illegal, but it's not well supervised. I mean, like speeding over the speed limit. I mean, if the cop doesn't stop you and you get away with it, you're going to continue to do it.
So you want the CFTC to do that?
Absolutely.
To the
They have
research
done
departments?
nothing. They absolutely have done nothing. They talked about it for 3 years, 4 years now. But nothing happened. Nothing changed. And I bet you anything, nothing will change. And any changes will be cosmetic because financial institutions have a lot of clout. The financial lobby is very strong, much stronger than the oil lobby.
I just want to be clear. You think Goldman Sachs is manipulating the price of oil?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying it is very easy to say, to scream fire in a crowded place, everybody will run. Okay, I'm not saying that. All I am saying is that there has to be rules, and the only way is to put trading limit, position limit. You cannot allow a financial institution to take huge chunk of the oil market, and that is pure speculation. They'll have no use of to receive a barrel of oil, to refine a barrel of oil, to transfer a barrel of oil. So why do they control hundreds of millions of barrels of oil? Because it's legal, because they can do it, because they can get away with it, because there is nothing wrong with it. As long as they are making profit, that's fine. They are not. So basically, it's the consumer is going to pay the price. The economy is going to slow down because of the few that are going to make huge amount of profit on the backs of others. So,
but there are Chinese walls between research departments and being able to have traders take positions in the oil markets. You're not suggesting that the research is taking the lead in terms of positions of the company or vice versa.
I have no idea. I have no. But all I can tell you, when all these big financial player, whether buy side or sell side, whether big investor, even Warren Buffett will say, I am taking a position of company X. Guess what happens? Going to go to the stock. The stock is going to move up. I mean, there's no question in my mind that is the case. Whether or not they are influencing the market, manipulation could be a stronger word, but they are influencing the market. They are doing things that could be beneficial to them, but harmful to the rest of us. That's where government comes in to say, stop, enough. I mean, you have a Maserati or a Ferrari, you can go 120 miles an hour, but guess what? Those of us who can only go 60 miles an hour will be pulverized. So that's where the government has to come in to say, stop, there is a speed limit here.
All right.
But obviously, that's not happening.
Fadel, it's always interesting to talk to you. We've got to take a break here, so I've got to leave the conversation there. But call for more regulation from Fadel Gheit there.